It is time for bare knuckle boxing action. It is your co-main event. It is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the super middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the short line Buick and GMC red corner, please welcome to the cage, Zach Scales.
All right, DCO MMA back in the house. Saw them earlier in the card in another great fight as Mike Lampert and Derek Schmidt went at it. Now we get Mitch Seybold for bare knuckle action.
Yeah, here's Zach Scales coming out. I was talking to Zach in the back with his coaches, and their whole thing, they were here at 5:30. It's now local time 10:15, 10:20.
10:15, yeah.
And they were like, you know what, man? We got to chill for 4 hours. Just relax, take deep breaths, and just, you know, try to enjoy the night. What you can't do is stay all lit up and tense and under duress because you're fighting a guy bare knuckle in a cage in a few hours. And he was doing a great job of staying chilled. His heroes are the boxers that started their careers late, you know, and there are many of them. Many great boxers throughout history started their career late, and that's what Zach is doing. You know, he's been around some unlicensed, some unregulated bouts, but this is a co-main event here tonight.
I've been in the cage 43 times, I believe. Does he look like a bare knuckle guy?
And his opponent fighting out of the Fowler Chevrolet blue corner, please welcome to the cage, Mitch Seybold.
And there's Mitch Seybold from DCO MMA.
Yep. I don't know if people saw just during when the interview that Mo did with Casper, we had this tail of the tape up, and I just thought, yeah, this looks like a bare knuckle. This looks like a good U.S. bare knuckle fight. Two guys in their mid-30s. Seybold taller, it's going to have the reach advantage. Both guys, maybe the tattoo advantage, but yeah.
Both respectable ink, though.
That's true. The anarchy symbol, of course, you know, suggestive for Zach Scales of what you might expect. An interesting fight. It's a very interesting fight. Body type is going to make a huge difference in this fight.
And again, pointing out that all the fights we've seen were three-minute rounds. Yep. This is a 5-round fight. Should it go that long? But 2 minutes. So it's on the action of the fighter in that 2 minutes. And with bare knuckles, you can create damage quickly.
You certainly can. It's also recovery. So in let's say a 5-minute MMA fight, you have 5 minutes on, 1 minute off. That's 20% of the time to recover. Here you have 50%. 2 minutes, 1 minute. 50% of the time you fought, you get to recover. It's full recovery. So guys are able to come out as fresh in every round as they started the fight in. You know, you take damage in your hands. You take damage in your body. You take damage in your skin. The bones can tear up the flesh. This is a different game. It's a different level.
It's a different thing, and they both respect one another, said hello to each other, and this is the Warriors mentality. Yep. Listen, 4-ounce gloves aren't a lot, but it's a lot more than what these guys got on.
No-ounce gloves.
Got the salute going.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, this is your co-main event of the evening. It is time for bare knuckle boxing, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the super middleweight division. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the short line Buick and GMC red corner, from Shelton, Washington, representing Rough House, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, and Shelton Athletic Club, Zach, the American Barbarian Scales.
The American Barbarian.
And his opponent fighting out of the Fowler Chevrolet blue corner, from Aurora, Colorado, representing DCO MMA, Mitch, Mad Scientist Seybold.
That height and reach is going to be a real thing. I talked to Zach about it. It's like everybody I've fought has been taller. You know, it is not a disadvantage if it's the norm, right? This is how he fights. He must get past the long-range weaponry and get in tight enough for hooks and uppercuts. That's how he knows that. This is how he's fought every fight he's ever fought. So it's not a disadvantage. It's simply the norm.
Hey, I've seen knockouts with a body shot.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. And when it's straight bone into the tissue, it's much easier to touch that rib and have that rib hit the liver. Stepping through.
Boy, look at that. Anything that you throw can end this fight.
Yep. And I mean, the impact is different, not just when you get hit, but when you hit. That sort of tipping away, that's an instinct that Zach is doing, and it's a smaller man's instinct. But tipping away, once Mitch is able to sort of get that range, calibrate that range, he'll be able to hit him.
Measure that distance, and the temple becomes ever so vitally important here. You land one on the temple, it's over.
Yeah. So that's a great point. It's those two knuckles. You only want to hit with the two knuckles of finger one and finger two at the hand. Oh, now he's hitting him.
Oh, yeah.
He's hurting him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a hard one.
And you heard it.
Yeah.
And you heard it. I mean, that one will rock
No,
you.
he hurt the jaw. He damaged the jaw. He's got the mouthpiece out.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
He's checking his teeth, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, he's upset about that, but holy, that's...
Those were hard shots, man. That uppercut, when you get to turn that hip low and you get your feet planted to the ground and you can come up from underneath. Yeah.
Beautiful shot, he said.
Beers on me, he said. Yeah. See,
that's the line of the night.
Yeah.
Beautiful shot, beers are on me.
Yeah, hook, swing, this one, bing.
Boom, uppercut.
Oh, and again, bing.
And you heard the crack.
Yeah. And the second one glanced, and sometimes that's worse. You know, it is the small bones that make contact. The surface area is smaller, so the impact is heavier. Yeah, it hurt him. He pulled out the mouth guard, and I wasn't sure if it damaged the jaw, but clearly if he can offer to buy beers, his jaw's not too damaged.
Well,
so,
you gotta have something to deaden the pain. You know, the other thing when you talk about that, Rob, whenever you see guys that break their hands fighting, they're hitting with those last two knuckles. Those two first knuckles are supported by bones all the way up your arm.
And the wrist to the forearm.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Oscar Martinez calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute 3 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Mitch Mad Scientist Seybold.
Well, you have to have some stones to step in the ring to throw bare knuckles, and the man from DCO MMA, Mitch Seybold, the taller man, emerges victorious.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by our winner, Mr. Mitch Seybold. Mitch, you're making my job hard here, man. There's not a whole lot to talk about. You ended that quickly. How does it feel to fight bare knuckle in your first bare knuckle debut? How does it feel?
Man, it feels great.
Long
time doing this. 9 years. They said, hey, you want a bare knuckle? I said, let's do it. I got the experience. Old man style.
Now, you come from a gym, DCO MMA. They teach a lot of different practices there. It's not just stand-up. It's not just jiu-jitsu. It's full-service MMA, full-service combat sports. What was it like training bare knuckle? It's probably a little bit different, I'm assuming?
It is a little bit different. I come from a Muay Thai background, and Coach said hit that A-frame and throw that uppercut. I hit that A-frame and threw that uppercut, and it worked.
I will say you did execute the game plan very well. I will say that.
I got a temper on me. Coach said just do what I say and be a video game character. Fuck a video game character, man.
You got a lot of friends watching you, some family back home. What you got to say to them?
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to my daughter, Annalise. We did it, baby. I got that medal for you. We did it, girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your winner, Mr. Mitch, Mad Scientist Seybold.
The Mad Scientist. Wow. Guys, listen, the action was fast and furious, but the devastation of bare knuckle fighting on display, and I will be maybe stating the obvious or over obvious, bare knuckles don't normally go the distance.
They often don't, and they don't need as many shots. You know, sometimes you'll see, even in a wonderful contest, instead of 100 shots like you might see in a 5-minute MMA round, you might see 10 or 15 clean shots in a 2-minute bare knuckle.